Hi, good morning. This is Elizabeth Stein of Belly and Body Care, and this is today's interview series, or today's guest for the interview series Self-Love is Oana, and Oana is calling us from, it's Natal, right? Natal, Brazil?
Natal.
Natal, Brazil.
Yes.
And we met through our intuition development and coaching work. And I'm just going to let you say a little bit about yourself, whatever you'd like to say.
Yes, thank you first of all for having me here. It's an honor to be with you. And also because we have been friends, so this is also even more magical. It's not that I'm going to a stranger, so I love it. And yes, a little bit about myself. I'm a wholeness and harmony, guide. I help people get back to the truth, basically, to the completeness, and through many ways. Intuition, many methods and stuff that I do that seems so mysterious, but it's not. And yeah, I'm very happy that I felt I felt the calling to be here with you today. Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Oh, you're so welcome. And you're originally from Romania, correct? But you ended up meeting a beautiful Brazilian man and moving to Brazil. And this little one that's guest starring with us today is...
Yes, well, I met a Cuban boy, so
excuse me.
No problem, just to be very specific. But we moved to Brazil last year. It was in my vision, and it just became a reality. Step by step, we just moved here, so effortlessly. And she's Melody Soul. She's 3 months old. Yes, very new on the planet.
Oh, she's starting her interview career early.
Yes, getting the teachings early.
Very good. And comfortable in front of the spotlight. So with this interview series, I love to start out with the question, what does self-love mean to you?
Yeah, very amazing question. And this is a question that every year it changes, for everybody, the definition that you give to self-love. And in this moment for me is to always reconnect to the state of being behind the identity, behind my personality here on earth. So it's reconnected to my wholeness, to who I really am, and the infinity that came into the body. For me, that is self-love right now. It hasn't always been like that. When I started my journey, it was all about what can I do to forget about my negativity? What can I do to hide how I am? How can I, forget about the negative things about me? That was self-love at the time, which is 13 years ago. I was 18. I'm almost 31 soon. So yeah, I basically, when I met my partner, my whole life changed, because until then I was so close within myself. Like, I wouldn't speak my truth. I was so afraid of my emotions, and I was screwed up. I was like a wreckage, like like you would touch me and I would cry, so sensible, sensitive, and so afraid of the world and the people and what they would say. And I would like walk like broken, like on glass. It was so fragile. My life was all fragile, and I was scared about everything. So him in my life brought this spark of aliveness. So he was that thing for me.
Your current partner.
Yeah. And he was so so bright. So I couldn't understand it. How is that possible? Somebody else is so happy for no reason. I don't understand this, you know. And he brought me in this vortex of love, of having fun, and I just let go of who I was, you know. I just step by step I was less and less that scared person. And what also happened is that a big change happened here, because until then I wouldn't let my emotions out. And with him, he allowed me by telling me, hey, just let me know how you feel, just express yourself. You know, for the Cuban culture, to talk is everything. Is you, this is who you are, you know, talking, talk what you think. But in my culture, you know, the Romanian culture, somehow it's very, you have to be careful what you say. You might offend somebody, right? Look at this. It's boring. It's my story, okay, Melody, okay. And so for me it was like a big change. I could express my anger, I could express my sadness with him, I could cry. In my family I couldn't cry. It was, if I would cry, it would be something like the end of the world, you know, like everybody would come and they would say, what's up with Oana, she's depressed. I just wanted to express sadness, I just wanted to express something, you know. But I wasn't allowed. Even as a kid, I was always stopped, you know, and I was told, you know, don't cry, always to suppress. And with him, I opened up. I opened up, and it was beautiful. And I found out there was a group of people like him, you know, even her mother, his mother was like that, like me, like him, like very open and happy, and they were always dancing in the house. And I'm like, I love this, I want to be this all my life, I want to be around this all my life. And so yeah, it was 3 magical years like that, you know, of even more and more forgetting about that part of me that was negative. And when we moved to Germany together, just the two of us, and then also my family later. But anyways, wherever I go, they go. Who knows now? Maybe they will come to Brazil too. I will be so happy. But anyways, so we moved to Germany, and what happened is that at that time, I had so much time alone, because he would go to school like to learn German, or he would go. I was so much more alone. And I found out that when he left, I would feel alone, and I would question myself, what is this? You know, I would question. Finally, I began to question the negativity. I began to question my programs, my attachments. And that's how my self-work actually began. Not when I met him, when he left the house, you know, when he went outside and I was at home and I didn't know what to do alone, and I was like feeling hurt and desperate that why am I home alone, you know. And yeah, that's how I started. And I remember doing marathons of EFT and who knows what other method to clear this stuff energetically.
And just so people are listening, EFT is like the tapping, energetic clearing technique where you're like, you know, like, even though I don't like myself right now, I love myself unconditionally. I mean, that's an example.
Yeah. I love it. Yes, absolutely that. When he, look, this is crazy. So I even enjoyed when he went away, because I had this, oh yes, now I'm going to do my crazy stuff, because this is, for him, was like crazy stuff, you know. When he would get home, I would say, can I do some tapping on you? No. But then sometimes he would let himself, you know, try that, and I would do some tapping on him. But yeah, I was much more into the self-discovery than him at the moment. And yes, it was such a journey. I mean, it's already 8-9 years that this happened, and since that moment I've always been on this path of, you know, the intuition telling me, okay, what's next for you reaching that infinity, that who you really are. And I think that in the last 3 years, by finding, the same teachings we were in, that was for me, I will stop here because I don't need anything else.
Oh,
Because, yeah.
And you're talking about the William White Cloud teachings.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
After that, I said, what I was doing all these times was trying to change myself, was trying to fix myself. And I don't need any fixing because I'm trying to fix something that I can't kill. So it's either I choose to live from that darkness, or I choose to live from my light, from my soul. And so there I found such peace within my life. When I found his teachings, it was like magic happening in my life. I would manifest incredible things. And it's all about this, the choices that we made, the choices that we decided to make. And those choices helped the subconscious do all the rest, but they were actions that were so blissful. Nothing is effortless anymore because it all comes from the heart. And everything I do now, it's like that. There's nothing I do, I swear to you, that I don't love. There's nothing. One could say, in the 3D normal world, it's all about, yeah, but you need to have a job to make money to move. No, I don't. I do what I love, and I always get the exact money that I need and I want for the next thing. It's so magical. You don't need to do anything that you don't want. It's that simple. But many of us don't believe this. It's too woo-woo. It's too out far away. And this has been my truth. I'm living that truth. And I call this self-love also. It's living. Exactly. It's living from the beingness, from the presence of who you are, and not from the identity. But on a level that any second you embody that. There's no second in my day that goes unseen. Like if I happen to slip into the ego, I'm like, in 3 seconds, I'm like, I know what this is, and I'm getting back to that beingness, because I cannot enjoy every moment if I'm caught into the darkness, into the yeah, I have an ego, and my ego says I'm not good enough. Did you know that? And then I say, go to sleep, I don't need you.
Yeah, wake up. Yeah, maybe, another day and you have 10 minutes.
That's your day. It's never going to be your day again. Yeah.
And we might have some listeners that are outside of William's work, or even outside of like the whole self-help community, just to get like some clarity for, other people. Like when you're saying ego or identity, like what exactly are you talking about?
Oh man. Okay. So we humans, we come here, we incarnate here to have an experience, and we need the body to experience. We need the 5 senses. So without these 5 senses, you wouldn't be able to experience reality. Think about this. If you couldn't see, if you couldn't smell and taste and touch and all of that, would you have an experience? I don't think so. You wouldn't see anything, you wouldn't smell. So the identity, the ego, is the machine. It's us, it's the body having the experience. But you are not the body. You are the being that came into the body to have the experience. And when you go to meditate, you realize this. You realize when you close your eyes, you don't feel anything, see anything. What's left there? Infinity. And that's the core of who you are. An identity is identifying with your body, identifying with labels on you that you put on yourself, others put on yourself. So you cannot say, many people identify with their career, like I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor, I'm coach, I'm whatever it is, I'm a teacher, and that becomes their identity, and it can be so real for them, like they cannot detach from that. And it could happen that even in this life they don't realize that's not who they are, or they believe, I'm a woman or I'm a man or yeah, that's how your body is made, but inside you are neutral. There is no judgment, there is no nothing. You have no labels inside. Your identity is this. Yes, I'm a woman. I come from Romania. I have 2 children. That's my identity here, my story. But it's not who I am. Who I am is behind all of that. It's far, far, far deeper than that. And identifying means creating an attachment to something so you can survive in a way, because it's too scary to go in the heart. And when you go in the heart, you feel expansion, you feel nothing else exists, and you don't give importance to anything, not even, yeah, tell me.
And I was just going to say, and we can be afraid of the things that we really want and love because we've been so programmed and attached to these identities, things, the way we believe the world is and who we are supposed to be, all these labels we stick on ourselves. And we all, we do it. It's just the way the mind and emotions and the body works. But yeah, so going in, I love how you said that, like going into the heart, because I know for myself, I've certainly been afraid of like, what do I really want? And who am I really? Because it takes a lot of courage, because it means that things on the outside of you could fall away, or people from your old community won't like you, or you'll get resistance from your family members that are used to you a certain way, or maybe even want you a certain way, because that's the other thing, like change is so scary for people, so like for you, like your example of you started out, kind of this darker place of, and like not so much self-love and self-worth, and running around with the stories and repressed emotionally. And then you meet this beautiful man from a different culture and perspective. And then you like actually pick up from like all the known, because this came up in another interview on self-love by Emily Boyd. She said, travel. And I am also a traveler. And I'll say like, and I've even heard Tim Ferriss talk about this, who is another traveler and famous like writer and speaker. It's like, get out of your normal routines, and routines can be ways of thinking and feeling, and you pick up, and you actually don't have all, because we're animals, right? The Pavlovian, like the dogs and that scientific experiment where the scientist rang a bell and he feed the dogs, and at a certain point all he had to do was ring the bell and they salivate. It's like we have cues too. Like we might see this person and feel angry. We might see this particular chocolate and be like, feel happy all the time, even if we haven't eaten it. So you like go to a different country and then you get tons of alone time. Your family's not near you, so you don't have the triggers. And then you get to like rewrite yourself and practice it and make it strong in yourself. So then when you come back to your family and all those old cues and triggers, hopefully it's changed, or you're strong enough, and I feel for me connected enough to these different truths that are more aligned and feel more positive. Yes. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for saying that. Yes, getting away from a certain reality absolutely changes things within you. Yeah, absolutely. The first time that I left my family to go to Germany, and I didn't have the intention to go for myself, to heal myself. I have no idea about all those things. I just wanted to study something new, It was just an excuse from my soul. Actually, I didn't even study then. I just left the university. But I heard that thing, you need to go. And it made a huge change to not be with my family, live in the house, because I could finally see myself. I could finally introspect, and even my partner leaving for his duties, I had the time for myself. And now coming to Brazil is another chapter after 9 years of Germany. And it's very similar to that thing. In a way, I feel in Germany, I would find so many excuses to not really every day do my passions, because I was so comfortable, I was very comfortable. My partner would earn money, good money, and I would like, yeah, whatever, I will do how much I want, and here we didn't came with any excuses. We came with a big amount of money already, so there wasn't, that thing of money connected any excuse. And now I'm just living how I want, and even abundance flows as normal, whenever it's needed, and I do all those things from the soul, because here I don't have anything to do, like any excuse, nothing. I just can be me all the time. And yeah, it's a change of the setting, but it's still us, right? It's still us perceiving that it's different. But I would say that the sun here has an effect on me. Very good effect. Like I really enjoy, waking up at 5 a.m. and doing things I would wake up at 10 in Germany and still be like whatever.
It's still dark in Germany, maybe at 10, and like the sun, because you're close to the equator, so the sun is like really bright, really early.
Oh yeah, the name of this city is called Cidade do Sol, City of the Sun, because here is 30 degrees all year, every day of the year, like almost every day. It rains now, it's winter once every 10 days, but it's okay. Who cares? I love it anyways. And I love even the raining because it's needed. So yeah, but very important what you said about the changing the environment helps change the plant, helps the plant grow in a different structure, and can blossom, really blossom in clean water, clean environment. It's a lot. It's like for a child, if you put all the toys to learn something exciting, they're gonna pick it alone. You don't have to do anything. But if you create like an environment of chaos, they're gonna be chaotic in the mind, and it's gonna be stressful for them. So we are the same thing.
Oh, you said chaos. Was that chaos?
Chaos, yeah. Chaos.
Oh, okay. I heard cows, like moo, cow, animal cow, and I'm like, cows.
Yeah, I think I just said I said it in German, chaos.
Oh,
It's like chaos. Okay. Sorry.
No.
Yeah,
It's
wonderful.
the problem with several different languages happening. Yeah.
Yeah, can be confusionary. Yeah.
So for your self-love journey, it sounds like, and correct me if this isn't the correct summarization, but it sounds like learning to express yourself and feel expressed. So being more authentic and exercise, because that is a muscle. If we got shut down as small children, we're adults relearning. So allowing yourself to be authentic, being surrounded, changing your social networks. So now you're with people that are supporting that, utilizing tools. So the emotional freedom technique, the EFT, which I'd love for you to demonstrate, like maybe an example of somebody who was like, working with self-love. And then changing the environment. I didn't know if you have anything else you might add to that, just for your own journey, like what's really helped you. And William's work, of course, the Create Your Destiny.
Yeah. Oh man, I had so many methods I used, and to reconnect to what you said about expressing myself, being authentic. I have to confess I had social anxiety.
Mm.
So before doing all the work on myself, I would froze in front of like 3 people, like
Oh, you froze. Yeah.
I couldn't talk. I couldn't. For me, it wasn't safe to talk, to speak my mind, to really be myself. It was very scary. I would be myself just with my partner. Like he was my everything in the world, you know, where I would express myself, where I would do anything. And from there, I realized I need to open up to the world. I need to open up to my family. I need to open up to, yeah, to just people at work or wherever I was. And yeah, what helped me was, of course, EFT, which is a technique where you tap certain meridian points on your body. You can go on free EFT if I don't err, but we can write the link so they can go. It's a free website. There's all the instructions on any topic you want to do it. It's all free, but also on YouTube you can find that. Then I was just do the work, from Byron Katie.
Oh, I love Byron Katie. Yes,
Yeah.
the work. So good. I still use it. It reminds me
Yeah,
of William's work. Like there's some parallels.
absolutely. Yeah. That I would do many things, even past life regressions and uh, sessions with people that claim to change your subconscious, and you know and also psyche. Do you know psyche?
Yeah, I do. What did
Yeah.
you, so what are the things that felt most helpful? So you've done all those things. I'm sure they've helped to varying degrees, but there's some particularly more helpful that you.
For the emotions, I
Mhm.
would say that EFT is immediate. It's right away, the emotion goes away. Then, yes, very, very fast is access consciousness.
Oh, I love
The formulas, it?
So yeah, we was real big in New Zealand. It's those points on the head and they
Yeah,
touch.
you mean access bars, right?
Yeah. Oh, so access consciousness is a little different than access bars.
It's the same.
The same.
It's the same family. Just
Okay.
the access bars is on the body, and it's part of access consciousness. But what I mean here is that I use, even now, it's so useful to me. I can tell it to you, this formula that I use. When something comes up that is like an egoic thought, like I'm not good at this, or you should give up, or something like that. It's very subtle, but it's there.
Negative critical self-talk, yes.
I would just say, interesting point of view, I have this point of view. And then I would go, with their formula. I destroy and uncreate all this times a gazillion, right, wrong, good, bad, point, poke, natural boys and beyonds. And that's it. It disappears in 2 seconds. Poof, that is gone. And I can live my joy. I can live here and now. I can enjoy it. And that has been a great tool that has really helped. Wow. Anytime you are stressed, yeah, like, before going to a live or whatever, interesting point of view. I have this point of view that I have to be stressed. Why? You don't even know why. You might have received that from others, that it should be like that. It's not even yours, perhaps. You don't even know. And what I love is that I don't like really to go into why it happened. I don't find the importance of that. But what really was a game changer for me was to read this book, Busting Loose from the Money Game, from Robert Scheinfeld. Have you heard of it?
Say it again.
Busting Loose from the Money Game.
Busting
Loose.
Oh, like breaking free. Busting loose. Yeah, I got it.
Have you heard of the book?
I feel like it's come across my path, but I haven't heard about it in a long time. We'll include that in the show notes.
Yeah. So the book shocked my life, and for 4 days I couldn't operate like a normal person. And it's not the fact about, yeah, the money as well, but okay, I don't want to spoil it. I want you to all to read it.
Okay.
But I would just say that for 4 days my entire life was like on hold. Like, what do I do now? What is happening to me? Because he will destroy all the things you think about life. So it's
Hmm.
it's changed so much for me, because after that I lived, I began to live really, really, really only doing what I really want. Only because it's so clear in that book. It's so amazing. It tells you what the hell is happening here on earth, like what is reality, how everything happens, and you just get it, and everything starts to shift for you, because you can see it is how he says, and you begin to live like that. Really, you just say, that's how it is. Really, I just have to be myself, have fun, and everything comes. Okay, I love it. All right. And then you begin to see that it is like that. You begin to see that nothing is needed, there's nothing out there that you need to do. There's just what you love to do every second. And that was a game changer for me. So I would recommend that as well as a tool. In the
Fabulous.
book, there's also how to do it, actually how to live like that. He gives you also the tool, and you apply it and you see miracles happening. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. At the beginning, you are overwhelmed because you're like, what is happening to me? And you will realize everything makes sense. And yeah, I know. Yeah, that book I would recommend to everybody. So then what else? Yeah, of course, the readings. The
But
readings
yeah,
we
the
already.
intuitive thing. So you and I know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
But
we know. Okay, for who's watching, well, if you ever discovered William Whiteclaw's teachings,
and
you'll
create,
understand. Yeah,
it's called
create your
Create Your
destiny.
Destiny, the natural success. It's his 5 week. It used to be completely free, but it's still really affordable and it's totally worth it. And the first 2 weeks, uh,
Everything.
at least at the time of this recording, here's my disclaimer, are still free. And then you can decide.
Yeah. Oh,
But
yeah.
but
What
it's
I can.
all about I'll just say something quickly about his course, and maybe I'll drop that at the bottom of this, the link to that for people that want to sign up. But it's all about
Mhm.
intuition development and like from a really high access consciousness place, and creativity from like tapping into your own personal genius zone. It's like, if you ever like people listening, if you've ever seen people that are just like mad geniuses, like I'm thinking of artists like Jimi Hendrix on the guitar, like just mad genius, or Paul McCartney from the Beatles. Okay, so I've got like, or just like a Picasso, like, like there's that kind of creative genius. So William's work is the Create Your Destiny or Natural Success program. It's really kind of like the baby steps of getting there quickly and efficiently, and that like tapping into your intuition quickly and efficiently. I've been in like the self-help intuitive realms for several decades. I'm not going to say so many because I don't want to age myself, but it's decades plural. And I have to say it is, of all, and I'm surrounded by psychics and intuitives, like they just find me, and I just like, it's sort of like I have psychic dar, like people talk about like having gaydar or something, but anyway, I must have like psychic dar. And yeah, so I've been surrounded by a lot, and William's work is probably like the most efficient quickest, easiest that I've ever come across, and also very accurate, like really efficient at getting you amazing accuracy. But it's just all tuning into, it sounds woo-woo, but it's really tuning into what your body, because we're like these incredible antennas, like science doesn't even begin to understand everything the human body can do. They're starting to, and it's amazing, it's mind-blowing. But it's, you know, we're really just a giant antenna. So if you know, for those that are like super scientific, like, you know, I can hear them already because I've been surrounded by those people already, but a lot in my life. But yeah, it's just really kind of accessing that greater intelligence. Yeah.
Absolutely. And also it demonstrates us, you know, by doing these readings that I read you, you read me, I read anybody, you read anybody, you just demonstrate to yourself that we are non, you know, how is it possible that I can read somebody in Canada or somebody in Australia? Because we are non-local, we are just energy, and you can tap into energy anytime you please. So this demonstrates the quantum theory, quantum field theory, that it's all energy. You just tap into it to know. And we have this formula, you know, we use in from his teachings, and yeah, it gets very, very accurate. Because yeah, we are geniuses at core, all of us. We can all do this. We have all an incredible intuition, but you know, we came here on earth wanting to experience the separation, experience the contrast. So it is magical that some of us found out that we were fooling ourselves, so that we don't know, but we know. So it's very a beautiful time to be alive when you discover that. And who knows how many lifetimes we passed that we didn't know that we were just normal people, just being born and dying, being born and dying. But now we know that we are creators. We know that we create everything. And science, yeah, as you said, is beginning to just prove that more and more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, amazing work. So yeah, definitely that changed my life as well, very much, and it's still doing. I'm still using pretty much everything I learned there. Yeah, and it's keeping me on the soul side, you know, so stabile.
And just in the soul side, like there's a real service drive, really, to like, I feel like all of these modalities and these works, and certainly with William's work, like there's this real sense of service as like part of the formula, like service to yourself, the greater good, the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally beyond us. So even though it sounds selfish, like what would I love? But it's really about ultimately, because you know what you would love generally, you know, it doesn't always look like it, and that's more advanced stuff, but it's generally like our greatest gifts. Like we don't even think about because they're so natural. They just come to us. We like, that can't be my gift. And it's like, well, it is, because it doesn't come that natural to most people. So yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God, there's something so funny out there. There's this guy like only with pants, but you know, the normal pants for the normal pants you use at home, you know, the Yankeria, what's the name, you know, the pants you use just at home, and he's walking around.
Oh, like something really casual.
Something like that, yeah, like this is crazy, the things I see here. This is a tourist area, and you could laugh like every day, stay at the window and laugh. And yeah,
he's being himself.
yeah, that's
Totally
appreciate
comfortable.
so comfortable. Yes,
This is the role model.
yeah.
So I guess, like, so bringing it, like, just all wrapping it up together, like, you know, everything that we've talked about, are there like some closing notes or remarks that you just would love to share?
Yes. The most important message I have for humanity is to remember that they are not their ego, that they are really not their ego. This might be difficult, because you meet so many people identifying with their negativity that they begin to believe that this is who they are, and they remain like that. So I just want to remind you that you are not your ego, you are not your beliefs, you are not your dark emotions. That is an illusory side of you. Yeah, it has a reason to exist because that's how you are experiencing separation. You came here for that. But when you really begin to love yourself, you will discover that that is not far. It's just a part of it. Okay, you will love it, accept it, but you don't live through it. You live through this other side, the self-expression, the authenticity, the passions, the creativity. And this is who you really are. And who you really are is the things you love, the things that you love to do. And even your dreams is who you are. Because when you identify with your dreams, you already have them. So it's a matter of, time that they will just pop up into your reality. So you need to identify with your dreams, but not in the negative way of identifying, like feeling you are the creator. So that is my final message. You are not the ego. You are not your dark side. Yeah.
And I'll add to that, 'cause there's a real misunderstanding in, people that start this work or on this work, even people that have been on it a long time, of like, you're supposed to suppress or repress or squash or kill the ego and the pain. It's just about not identifying with it, but honoring it and loving it and looking at it, but then putting it down, like love it, like kind of like an angry child, like loving it, putting it down, and then, facing these things and really going for these things that we would love and that are true for us, the things that make you feel alive. It's, what's his name?
Yeah. I guess
Just
the word is awareness, right?
Yeah.
Just be aware of that thing, but don't leave from there.
Yeah.
So awareness.
Because it's a part of you, it's like, it's actually self-deprecation, self-harm to try to kill those parts of us that are more painful and ugly, and really about embracing and being aware and then not getting too sucked into those stories and dramas.
Exactly, and don't do like me for years trying to change yourself.
Or me.
Just yeah, I mean, and the whole planet is doing this.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now it's all about seeing it, loving it. Hey, I see you, I love you. Okay, I don't try to change it. It's okay that it exists. It's a valid experience. It's okay. Yeah.
And I was just Joseph Campbell's Follow Your Bliss, and in all of his, like, kind of distilling his life's work. So following your happiness is just like another layer has come in this time and day.
Yes, I love very much Bashar and what he says, to follow your highest excitement every moment of your day for all life, the whole life, which means, if there is something you have to choose, you can choose, like now, to go for a walk or to just watch a movie. Choose the one that feels more exciting and do this all day, every day, and your life will explode with magic and manifestations and all of that. And every time you know what is next, the exciting next thing. If you say you don't know, you're just lying. You're just fooling yourself. You don't know, but you know.
You just don't want to make a choice, a decision.
Yeah. You just want to hold on there, being angry, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so if people are interested, both you and I do private. I do more mentoring. I feel you do coaching, and so yeah, people are welcome to reach out to us. I'll drop both of our websites at the bottom of this, and so we do intuition readings. I do some health consulting, and I know you do. You do some life coaching type stuff too. Yeah.
I have yes, I have a 1 year long program where I help people to really escape the matrix, really enter in this the
Yeah.
matrix. Yeah. Like totally to be in this beingness. Like it's a transformation where step by step they got more and more and more into the soul, to the point of when ego comes, it's like a good friend, like, yeah, I love you, you know, and they live in communion, in harmony with this ego. And yes, I have that option, a 1 year transformation program. And then I have the subscription plan for daily readings. And this is so exciting for me. It's so much fun because it's a daily thing, you know, and for me it's so enriching because I get to know people, and the most incredible teams I receive on a daily basis, you know, things that might seem so unimportant, you know, but really for all of us, we all have little things and big things that we consider more important, but everything adds up, you know. And the more you are aware of what's happening to you in every little thing, you know, and you're going more and more into the light. And by choosing the new perspective on yourself, you are shifting so quickly, like incredibly in days. It's like you're flying because you're not anymore in the victim mode, you know you have something but you don't know what it is, you know. And so I don't give the option for that. People are like, every day they shift back to the beingness, they shift back to light, and it's been so much fun. It's really a creative idea I received to do this every day for people, and it's such a bliss. Yeah, these two things I have right now, because it's enough with 2 children right now. It's really the perfect match right now. Not more than that. Yeah, I don't even do lives anymore or videos because it's organization is not so easy right now, but yeah, it's the only 2 things I'm offering right now.
And then you're full-time mom.
Yeah, 24/7.
Yep, my mom. Well, Oana, it was amazing as a guest today. Well, I think we'll have to do it again. And thank you so much for sharing your wisdom.
Thank you for having me. Now I notice that it seems like the background is like a photo, but it's not. It feels.
Oh yeah, no, that's all real. That's the second touch and.
Yeah. All right. Yes. Oh, thank you so much. And I'm so happy that she collaborated, she agreed to be called.